Woo, it's hot. We must be in the Middle East. Unfortunately, for most of you, you will not be able to travel to the Middle East and see so many ancient sites, thousands and thousands of years old. Many of them where very famous people in human history walked along the same stones that you can walk along and see the same structures that you can see and touch the same pillars that you yourself could put your hands on. This is really unfortunate because the people also in the Middle East are wonderful people, especially one-on-one. They make you a member of their family. And the food of the Middle East is fantastic. But at the same time, a kind of groupthink or multiple groupthinks have taken hold in the Middle East and have caused the area to devolve into a factionalism that has ripped the entire region apart. The area we're really going to be talking about is North Africa in the Middle East, which stretches from Morocco to Iran. However, the center of gravity of this area is without a doubt the Persian Gulf because of the oil reserves there and the countries that surround the Persian Gulf: Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, the UAE or United Arab Emirates, Oman, and to a lesser extent, Yemen. Just like South Asia, religion plays a part in the daily interactions and lives of the individual in the Middle East in ways that it does not really in any other place on earth. And in fact, religion in some places is mandated. Saudi Arabia and Iran come to mind. 3 of the world's major religions began in this region. All 3 of these religions are monotheistic. They believe in one God. And all 3 of them believe in exactly the same God. We're going to begin with Judaism. Judaism is one of the oldest religions on earth, perhaps 4,000 years old. It's an ethnic religion. Do you remember what ethnic religion means? It means that it's centered in one ethnic group or one geographical area. In the case of Judaism, it's in one ethnic group, people who are ethnically Jewish. It tends to be associated with the state of Israel, which is fair enough. But there are actually more practitioners of Judaism outside the state of Israel than there are inside the state of Israel. This is the center of Jerusalem. That large wall that you see with the vegetation growing out of it is the Western Wall or the Wailing Wall. This was the retaining wall for the Ptolemaic Temple. It's the holiest site within Judaism. Christianity is next. Christianity began about 2,000 years ago. It began as a sect of Judaism. So in other words, the first Christians had been practicing Judaism before they became Christians. Many of them probably would not even seen a difference between these 2 religions. They would have seen one as being a fulfillment of the other. Christianity is a universalizing religion. You remember what that means? It means that the followers convert people. Now, how hard to sell this is or how soft to sell this is sort of depends on the version of a universalizing religion and then the individual themselves. But generally, the hallmark of a universalizing religion is that it began with one person and then there became more and more people involved in the religion. Christianity is the most successful religion in terms of overall numbers and density on the planet. Originally, after the founder of the religion, Jesus, was gone, what began to happen was his followers began to convert people in what they saw as the known world. And then eventually, as we all know, people from Europe began to conquer the planet in the 14, 15, 1600s. And as they did that, they spread Christianity themselves throughout the world. This is the Jordan River. Christians will know what the Jordan River is. This is the place that Jesus was baptized. I think most people who see the Jordan River for the first time who are Christians are actually kind of disappointed by it. It's a slow, slothful body of water that flows from the Sea of Galilee, which, by the way, is a freshwater body, not a saltwater body, to the Dead Sea. Most Christians probably envision the Jordan River as being something more akin to the Mississippi. Once again, back into the center of Jerusalem. Because if you take a look at where the Wailing Wall is at, you can see that just to the left of it, there's an oval-shaped passageway where these people are standing. If you went through that oval-shaped passageway and turned left, you'd come to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre is one of the most holy sites in Christianity. It's built over the top of Calvary, which is the hill Christians believe Jesus was crucified on, and the place that Christians believe Jesus rose from the dead is also inside of that church. Islam is the third of our monotheistic religions that originated in the Middle East. It began in the 600s AD, so it's about 1400 years old. The followers of Islam are known as Muslims, and Islam is also a universalizing religion, which means that people convert. It started with one person, Muhammad. It's the second most successful religion on earth in terms of numbers of followers, and its greatest density stretches from Morocco through Indonesia. This is Hagia Sophia. Saint Sophia literally is what it means. It's a church in Istanbul, Turkey, that has been there for 1800 years, 1700 years, something like that. It has started as a Christian church, and then it was converted to a mosque. And then when Turkey became the independent state of Turkey after World War I, the leader of the Turkish state, a man named Ataturk, Kemal Ataturk, converted it to a museum. Recently, instead of being a museum, it now has been converted, overwhelmingly at least, back into a mosque. This is the interior of a mosque in Syria. And if you look, you can see that there are no pictures of people. There's no pictures of animals. There's a lot of beautiful inlaid tile. However, within the context of Islam, some versions of Islam do not allow not photographs, but paintings and drawings of humans and animals. The belief is that only God can create those things. This is on the street in Damascus. You can see that some people, the woman to the right-hand side, is dressed very conservatively. You can see in the background there's a girl that her hair is exposed, and then you can see some other women that are partly exposed. It sort of depends on what country you're in. It depends on how strictly the religion is enforced and what the social mores are in the country. But you can see that it is indeed a very conservative religion. And in addition to that, in the Middle East, this is a very conservative place. There's nothing wrong with these people practicing their religion in a conservative way. These are some Iranian pilgrims. You can see the way they're dressed. The women are mostly covered, but they're accompanied by men. This is not an uncommon thing when women travel, that they need to be accompanied by some male relative. Here we are back in the center of Jerusalem, because that gold-domed building is the third most holy site in Islam. My point is this, that all three of these monotheistic religions intersect in the same place, which is in the area that is commonly referred to as the Holy Land, that centers on Jerusalem.